Come on in. It's time to start this evening. They'll come.
Am I late?
You're late.
I've been talking. Come here, let me get a hug off of you.
You're live, Donnie. You're live. Welcome to our Wednesday night Bible study. Thank you for being here. I will do my best to try to make this a profitable lesson for each of us. It's already been profitable for me, so we'll try to do our best to make sure that you can share in some of the things which I've read over and studied. But before we get into our lesson this evening, we'd like to make you aware of some updates. We have several deaths, both in the congregation and family members of members here. The family of Tunney Ambergy, which is the grandfather of Travis McVeigh, passed away. His arrangements are pending. I'm not sure if anything else is updated since this was written or not. The family of Don Clark, that's the first cousin of Doug Mansfield. He was the manager of the local Southern States. His visitation is this evening from 5 to 8 at Richardson Funeral Home in Owingsville, and the funeral will be at 2 o'clock on Thursday, tomorrow. Linda Bennett passed away. We certainly remember Johnny and Dorothy. Visitation is tomorrow evening at Tall's. Let me see if it's in there. 5 to 8 at Tall's, when the funeral 11 o'clock on Friday. There will be a funeral meal, so if you'd like to sign up on the board for that, would certainly be appreciated for Friday. The family of Jim King, which is the grandfather of Brad Farkas, also passed away. Visitation will be this evening from 5 to 8 and Thursday from 10 to 11 at Crybaum Sanders Funeral Home in Canton, Ohio, and the funeral will be Thursday at 11. Can we talk louder? You can't hear me. I don't know. I'm pretty loud, I think. I'm echoing off the roof right now. I'm afraid I got planes landing. We also have several that are on our prayer request. Many of these are individuals which have continuing to undergo treatments. There's handouts back here in the back if you'd like to pick those up. Are there any new individuals that you would like to mention? I know Billy had surgery on her retina on Monday. Let's certainly... Yeah, not moving your eyes.
She can't move at all. I mean, she's like got her head on the wall every day.
Yeah.
My son Carl Glass lives in Roanoke, Virginia. He has stage 4 metastatic cancer in his left lung and down in his rectum. He is currently going through chemotherapy. Basically, the chemotherapy is only prolonging the inevitable. I would ask you to remember Carl in your prayers.
Carl Glass.
Carl Glass,
Yep.
yes.
Certainly be with him as he's undergoing treatment and
Yes, sir.
maybe get some amount of comfort, some amount of
Yes, sir.
measure of health given back to him, if that would be the Lord's will. Others? Marlene is facing knee surgery coming up in early November. Is that right, Charles? Anything else? Mike, would you mind lead us in prayer this evening?
Father in heaven, we're again thankful for today. We're thankful for the blessings that you've given us, for the country we live in, for the many things that you bless us with daily that we take for granted. We're thankful for Christ, thankful for that blood that was shed for our sins, that we might have a home with him in heaven today. We continue to pray that you'll be with those that have been mentioned, so many have cancer, that are taking treatments and other health issues. We pray that you'll be with them, pray that you'll comfort them, and also pray that you'll be with their families as they wait for them. Be with the doctors as they prescribe treatments, and pray that they'll do the things that will help make them better.
Thank you, Mike. One way this seems difficult to believe that this is lesson 7 in this series of 13, which means that makes us over halfway. It doesn't seem like this has been 7 lessons, but as usual, time passes quickly and we'll just keep moving along. Thank you for being here. Most of you are regulars, so I'm very impressed that you've put up with 6 lessons and you continue to come back. Endure, and we'll have somebody else in here for another series of lessons coming up here the 1st of December. So thank you for being here. As you know, the lessons tend to get better the more involved that you are. I don't pretend to be a lecturer. That's sort of not my style. So if you'd like to give some input into the lesson, if you've got some advice, I'm very open to that. So feel free to participate. This evening's lesson is talking about standards, effectiveness in the standards as a Christian. When we think about standards, we hear that term used in a lot of different ways. I threw a couple of definitions on here that I can at least throw out here. A level of quality or attainment, something used as a measure, a norm, or a model in comparative evaluations. This definition probably fits our lesson a little better. Something set up or established by an authority as a rule for the measure of quantity, weight, extent, value, or quality. Standards that we are to live by. Now, I've heard my dad tell stories about sled standards, and most of you may not know what a